Hello, I am doing a recap of episode 6 of Let's Eat. And it started off with um, Lee Soo Kong wondering, like, what should she do? So she goes and confronts Gu Dae Young, like, can you explain this while your name is on this um, insurance paper? And he was like, it was a sample and snatched it out of our hands. Well, lucky she took a picture, so she went back in her apartment and like the lights flickered off, so she decided to okay, I'm gonna walk the dog, I guess, or whatever. And so when they was walking, she notices well, the dog starts barking and he goes running to something, and she goes after him, and there he is. And when she looked, she was too late to see it, but like the dude had already hit the chick and had started taking off, but he looked back at her. But the way it looked, they made it look like it was Gu Dae Young. So, Lee Soo Kung went to the police station and had to describe him, and then she was just like, forget it. She wasn't gonna tell anything, but she was like, look, it's Gu Dae Young. You cannot tell him. Let him know that it was me. And so yes, we promise, we promise. But he calls Kim Hek Moon to be his lawyer. And the thing is, because I mean, the dude that hit the woman, it does look like Gu Dae Young, but I don't know, like the nose is off or something. Like I don't, it's weird. But Gu Dae Young was like, I have an alibi. He said that the man that wanted that insurance money, that $100,000 that his sister gave him, he wants that, and then he'll tell him that he was really with him. I'm like, that is so messed up. That is so wrong. So Lee Soo Kung, she ended up having dreams that Gu Dae Young found out and that he was gonna hurt her. She hit him twice, and then when she went to the office next day, she was telling, I found out that lady that the other attorney in office, Kim Hak Moon calls her attorney O, so that's what I'm gonna call her. So the manager, so Lee Soo Kung was like, um, Gu Dae Young is the one that's the don't ask us person. That's what they call it. Don't ask. The one that's hitting um all those women. And she was turning because she liked her some Good Day Young. She was like, what? She's like, let me get this piece of paper. She showed it to her. She's like, it can't be him. And Lucy Kung was like, someone else up from $100,000. This insurance paper said he has $100,000 and blah blah this and that. And in the morning, Kim Hek Moon went back in to talk to Gu Dae Young, and Gu Dae Young was like, "I'm just going to give that $100,000 away so he can say that he was my alibi." So, but first he needed two things from his place, and guess who they called? They called Gu Dae Young. Well, Kim Hak Moon called Lee Soo Kung to go into Gu Dae Young's apartment to get his ID and something else. And then she thought it was odd when he said he was a waiver. And she went in there, his place was up bad. She was like, what? And then she saw that award thing that dude had kicking broken half or threw it broken half, whatever. And she thought that was like, that could be the murder weapon. She like put a bag over so she not think her scarf so she doesn't get no fingerprints on it. And when she found out that he was signing the $100,000, she met with the dude and she was like, really? He's like, why are you even trying to question me? Aren't y'all part of his attorney recognizing him? He said, I got it on my black box or something like that. He, saying that he was with me. And she was like, oh, you could tell she started to feel bad. And, Gu Dae Young is coming out there looking all kind of, uh, like, oh, thank you, Nuna, for going to get my stuff. And she felt bad. Like, oh, man. And so she was in the bathroom later at her job and she wanted to apologize. And, oh, she couldn't do it. She couldn't send out the text. And so when she got out of the bathroom, she would turn around and was like, see, I told you he didn't do nothing. And, Kim Hak Moon was like, how could you do this? And she just feeling bad and everything. And then the manager came over and was like, you know what? First he was like, you should tell, but he's like, he don't know that you told on him, so you should keep your mouth closed. Which reminds me, the manager's wife, which is his, her friend too. She was over there fixing dumplings and stuff like that, and she made some for Lee Soo Kung, and she asked Yoon Ji Mi, the young girl, to come over there to get it, and then give it to Lee Soo Kung, and anyway, what Goo Dae Young finally got out. Um, well, he did get out of jail, and he ran into Yoon Ji Mi, Yoon Jin Yi, and he was like, "Let's go eat," and she was like, "Let's call Lee Soo Kung to eat with us," and they were like, "Yeah," but and Lee Soo Kung was about to be up on it until she realized that Goo Dae Young was going to be there, so she's like, "Oh no, I gotta work late," and so here comes Kim Haek Moon, was like, "Oh, I can give you a ride home." I'm like, "Oh, he's being sweet." No, he was like, "No, I want you to come in there and I want you to the read off the form or something, whatever, because he's been on this panel show to read comments about himself." So she found one comment and it basically called him a butthole and that his name sounds like Sugar Honey Iced Tea. And he got mad. He was like, "I need you to put a comment on there and um, say I'm not this and this and I'm not that." And they finally got to his uh, office. I mean, to her apartment, and did I say that? I can't remember. But like he told her she needed to pretend to be different people, they have different styles, and go on there and make it seem like different people give him good ideas. So he's like, "I'm not on the panel because of me. I'm for the attorney." But I'll tell you, this mother trucker is conceited. He is. But I mean, I guess he can be. But so she got out of the car. She was like, "Bye." She turned around and started calling him all kinds of stuff, kinds of stuff. And so when she went in the apartment, this motherfucker's gonna go out of his car and start looking at her apartment and went to the police officer. And I call him mother chuckers because I think he's supposed to be like the likable dude. But I'm sorry, this mother chucker did not give her end of the year check and then rubbed it in her face when she made her go pick up the manager check. I think that was so messed up, but at the same time, it still was like so sweet that he went to the police and said that the dude that attacked the woman saw her face. He said y'all need to be watching her and y'all need to put cameras out there. So he still was. I'm like, dude, you need to make up your mind. You can't be like Mr. Meanie, being mean and then just being so sweet on her. You need to pick, okay? And so Yoon Ji asked Goo Dae Young if y'all want to go to just to watch the sunset. He's like, "Yeah, we should invite Lee Soo Kung," and she was like, "Yes, we should." And so Goo Dae Young, he was at home and he was laying down. He was so tired. And Attorney O called, and she was like, "Oh, what's wrong?" And she's like, "Did Lee Soo Kung apologize?" I was like, "Oh man," he was like, "Apologize for what?" She was like, "She's the one that said that you was the one assaulting women." Shh, that woke Goo Dae Young right up. I was like, "Oh man," I'm like, "Oh wow." And so Lee Soo Kung and Goo Dae Young happened to be at the same store, and um, what's dang it, I lost my train of thought. And they didn't see each other, but when she was walking out, she saw Goo Dae Young. And she was looking at him, and then that manager's head thing came through her head. Shoot, if you don't know, don't say it. But I'm thinking, like, man, it's too late because Attorney O then already told him that she's told on him. And so she just walked past him, and then she was like, "Oh, shall I apologize?" And somehow, I don't know what way he walked, but he ended up being in front of her. He was like, "I should sue you," and she was like, I will sue you back, and I will tell them that you paid him off by signing that $100,000 over to him so you can lie for him." And he looked so hurt. But the thing is, like right when he was going off of her, in between that she did try to say I'm sorry, which I mean it can't bring it back because like really she lost him $100,000 for telling it in, and I don't believe in that he was like you should have came to me if you thought I was something. And I mean it's you could tell it did really look like it could be him, and who's to say it ain't. I mean, there could be the time messed up. Who knows? But the fact that how am I supposed to say I think you the one insulted women? I'm supposed to and come up to you and be like, did you assault? Are you assaulting these women? No. She is by herself. She is a single woman. She should be able to have a right to be paranoid. So anyway, but I could just see that. I feel so bad for them because they. I mean, even though they're being bickering and getting each other's nerves, they kind of got a friendship, and I think this just ruined it. And that could have been the way it ended. Oh wait, it was Yoon Ji asking to she just cooked the steamed the dumplings, and she asked Lee Soo Kung that with Gu Young they was gonna see the sunrise, and would you like to come along? And while that was happening, Lee Soo Kung was cooking ramen noodles, but she like when she was bringing her food over, her foot hit the purse, and her food went all over the floor, and she looked inside the purse, and she saw that thing she took as evidence of the award thing that was broken in half. And because she started to feel bad, and yes, that's how I think it ended. It was a good episode. Bye.